Yo, what's up guys, it's Kaji here once again. Welcome back with another video. Today we need to discuss about the Knight nerf. And before we do, let's go ahead and take a look at one Rager's funny ass forum post that this guy decided to post I don't know, a couple days ago or something like that. And he was very mad with the Knight nerf that came in with the longer peace treaties. And let's just go ahead and kind of skim through what he says, because he is raging with butchered English and I can't really understand what he's saying, so I'm just gonna kind of go over through the important part he says. So in the beginning, he basically trying to say that that he quit other games because they're all boring. He's saying that this game is really good, it got him hooked, and he decided to buy $200 of gift code, I guess, purchased for the app store or whatever, because he wanted to use $200 on this game. And then, you know, right when he bought it, I guess there was a game maintenance for the longer peace treaty and the Knight nerf. And then when the maintenance was done, he decided to go on his account. Now he is a Greek or French player, I'm guessing, and then he got so disappointed and mad about the Knight nerf. I mean, he just bought $200 I guess, but I mean, he didn't expect this was gonna happen. I mean, honestly, you would be really stupid to think that this nerf wasn't gonna happen. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, because I kind of saw this nerf coming because the Knights were very strong. So I mean, I don't know why people kind of take this as a surprise, because it was very obvious that the Knight nerf was gonna come in, and I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that in a bit. But before we do, anyways, he's basically saying that he's really mad, and then he just like swears, and he just, you know, rest of this paragraph down here is just saying like, fuck you DomiNations, fuck you big huge games. He's saying like, I wasted $200 for this piece of shit. He's saying that the Greeks and French players are useless now because their cavalry got hit very hard, and he's like sobbing about it. And then he says like, the Romans can spam legions, and the Chinese can spam the archers, and the British can also spam their archers, and you know, they can win all their victories with just 100% Roman legions, longbowmen or chukonu, and the samurai, blah blah, shit like that. And then he basically says more stuff, and a lot of people are just replying here, stuff like that. And then the funniest part is that this part, he says, this is the result of your changing Knight becoming weakness. Like, I can't even understand. He basically saying that the Knights got nerfed. He's saying that I'm feeling lost all my love with this game, and I don't want to play it anymore. I'm busy contacting lawyers right now. Like, is this guy for real? Like I mean, you're contacting lawyers for this, and people feel unfair. They feel disappointed. They'll become haters. And I threw my iPod, or I guess it's an iPhone, my bad, when I realized my Knights died in the battle just because of fucking low damage and some towers, blah blah. And just take a look at this picture right here. Wow, I mean, this is what happened, I guess, after he failed his Knight attack that he just described on top there. He said he destroyed his iPhone screen, I guess. He threw it against the wall because he's so mad. And he's contacting his lawyers right now over the $200 he spent on the gift cards. And this is absolutely hilarious, and it's hysterical. I love this guy's post and the way he reacted. Obviously, this guy needs to go and hook an appointment with Dr. Phil or something, because, you know, the lawyers is the last thing he needs. He needs a psychiatrist to help him out. He needs somebody, a psychologist, somebody like Dr. Phil to help him out, because this guy really has some anger issues, and people just saying like first world problems, fucking spoiled bitch. Okay, so anyways, other than that, aside from this funny little hilarious post that this guy posted, aside from that, I'm going to be a little bit serious now, and I'm going to tell you guys why the Knights needed a nerf, and why the French and Greek players are being very unreasonable right now about their you know, complaints about the Knight nerf. Like I said in the beginning, the Knights were very strong. In the medieval age, they had 220 something DPS, and it went down to 170 or something like that. So basically, they got a 50 damage reduction. On top of that, they did get a resource damage reduction as well, which went down considerably, and to like a 50 damage, something like that. So basically, they don't do any damage to the resource buildings at all, almost. And yes, I think that part might have been a little bit too harsh, the second part, the resource damage reduction. But honestly, this nerf had to be placed in because the knights were kind of killing any army composition that needed to be used to be successful in this game with minimum casualties, you know, having the most effective army and stuff like that. I personally did not have to use any other units at all with a knight spam. I mean, a knight spam is a knight spam. It was very strong. I could roll over virtually anybody's base in the midway gunpowder age and below with just knight spams. They can crush walls so fast, even the thickest walls would go down, because with that 220 DPS in the medieval age, like damn, they were just really strong. I could, you know, lose maybe one knight or no knights most of the time. So basically I didn't have to replace any of my troops every time I attacked somebody. So this was a very efficient strategy. I could easily loot 3 million food without losing many knights, and that means I don't need to wait or spend crowns on retraining my troops. And that is why this nerf had to be put in. The knights were definitely the strongest unit in the game. And on top of that, the Greek and French bonus to the knights are very, very powerful. You know, the Greek and French in fact have the highest bonus in terms of a unique unit, because they get a double bonus. They get a 20% and a 15% damage and health bonus to their knights, and no other troops in this game, no other nations get a double bonus like that. The Romans only get 25% or 20% health bonus. The samurais and the German vandals only get a 20% damage bonus, and the archers of the British get a +1 range, and also the Chinese only get a 20% damage increase to their archers. So the knights got a double bonus on top of that for the Greeks and French, so they were still even much stronger than my Roman cavalry. So if I could easily destroy bases without losing many of my Roman knights, I can't imagine just how easy it was for the Greek and French players to steamroll bases. So in fact, the Greeks and the French were one of the leading nations in the game before this nerf hit. And with this nerf now, I guess it does decrease the decreases the potential of just 100% pure knight spam, but that is something that we had to stop though. You know, that kills all uniqueness in this game by just using 100% knights. You're not gonna have a lot of diversity in your army, and that's kind of unfair to the other nations. I mean, I wish I could use 100% legions and destroy bases. I can't do that. No other nations can do this. I mean, if you guys thought the knight buff was gonna stay forever, like, y'all kind of need a reality check, because, you know, things that are overpowered aren't gonna stay forever, and the knights were just a little bit too strong, so they needed this nerf. And this is not even a bad nerf, to be honest with you guys. I mean, their damage is still pretty damn high. 171 for medieval age, that's still really high. Really, the biggest nerf they got was damage to the resource buildings. And they kind of needed that, but maybe they could increase that to 80 instead of 50, because if you don't put that in, they would still be able to steamroll over bases with the 170 DPS, and that's what we want to kind of avoid. We don't want people to spam one unit armies to win games, and really the knights were the only unit that could really do that. I don't really see the other units being able to do that. There's no way I could have spammed my legions to win every single battle. No way. I couldn't win one battle with my legion spam unless I was attacking very, very early age opponents. But the knights could basically steamroll anybody, even in the Middle Ages, medieval ages, and the gunpowder age bases. You know, anyone that didn't have very high level walls. We're talking like level 7 walls right now. Anyone who didn't have those kind of walls didn't really stand a chance, and a good base design really didn't stand a chance, like a really good base design to stop these knight spams. And yeah, that's basically it, guys, I guess, for this video. And I hope you guys understand now that the knights did need a little bit of a nerf, and I don't think a lot of people should be complaining about this, because their attack is still very high. In fact, you can still do knight spams if you want to. Maybe just have a couple infantry in the back just to destroy the resource buildings once all the defenses are cleared, because the knights still have a consistent damage of 171 as long as they're attacking anything else except for the resource buildings. So anyways, thanks for watching this, guys, once again, and I'll see you guys next time.